Welcome back. The second part of our nutrition PowerPoint lesson for Unit 14. We just got done talking about proteins, how they're made from amino acids. We went over this before in a previous chapter, so hopefully you remember. But if you need help looking up amino acids, you can do a Google search and find them. I don't need you to know the structure of them, but amino acids are the units that make up proteins. String a bunch of them together and you get a protein. Lipids, also called fats, oils, and waxes. We need lipids to make our cell membranes, to store energy, and to make hormones, especially the steroid hormones. You can have saturated, unsaturated, polyunsaturated. I'll talk about that in the next slide. The general structure of these things is a glycerol molecule, which is indicated here in the red part, and then fatty acid chains. So this is an example of a triglyceride because you have three fatty acid chains. Tri is three, and then the glyceride is the glycerol molecule. So a saturated fatty acid or saturated fat looks like this. It's a long chain of carbons with hydrogens all around it. Here's your glycerol molecule here with the oxygens. And you notice that it's full of hydrogens. You can't fit any more hydrogens on, and that's why it's saturated. If you remember back to our biochemistry, we said carbon can fit 4 bonds around it. Well, you notice every carbon has 4 bonds around it, and they're all used to either bond it in the chain or to add hydrogens off the chain. If you get an unsaturated fat, you're going to have a double bond between carbons like here, and that shows you that you don't have as many hydrogens as you could fit around it. This carbon's already got 4 bonds. 1 here, 1 here, and 2 here. That's 4. If you broke that double bond, it could add another hydrogen here, and so could this one. So this is unsaturated. Polyunsaturated just means you have many of these double bonds in your chain with your lipid. Okay. The next category or organic class of nutrients is vitamins, and they are small, and they don't provide you energy. That's kind of a misconception. You only get energy from carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids, not from vitamins. They are required, though, for proper function, especially working with enzymes. They cannot be synthesized by the body, so you have to eat them. They can either be fat soluble or water soluble. If they're fat soluble, it means they can be stored in your fat, and you can hold them for a long time and only use them when you need them. So you don't need to eat them every day. Water soluble, you do need to eat every day. You'll urinate any extra out. So if you drink a Hi-C that's got 1,000% of your vitamin C in a day, well, that's great. You're only going to use 100%, and the other 900% you're just going to urinate out, and you'll have to consume more vitamin C the next day. Water soluble, you have to eat every day the full amount because you're going to pee out any extra. Fat soluble, you don't because you can store it in your fat. Here's an example of vitamin uses. I can let you read those. You do have to know some of those for the test. Your next class of organic compound is a mineral. Mineral is a lot like a vitamin. It's small. Your body can't make it. You need it for proper function, but it does not provide you energy. So how is it different from a vitamin? It's inorganic. Vitamins are organic, small particles that your body needs. Minerals are inorganic, small particles that your body can't make that it needs. And here's some examples of iron, fluorine, sodium. I don't know why my things thinks fluorines is not a word, but fluorine is a word spelled correctly. Sodium, calcium, potassium, phosphorus. Here are some mineral uses. You can read those, all important stuff. And the last mineral, nutrient class that you need is water. Does a lot of things, help maintain body temperature, facilitates chemical reactions, especially that hydrolysis that we mentioned earlier, transports waste and nutrients. Your blood is made up a lot of it. When you don't have enough, it's called dehydration. That ends the nutrition PowerPoint. Make sure you do your 48.1 post questions. Bye.